Hi everyone, for today's book review we're going to be checking out Bikini Atoll, Diving the Shipwrecks of the Nuclear Tests, written by Rod McDonald. Anyone who has read books about wreck diving, has participated in wreck diving, would be familiar with this gentleman. He has written many books about this, and some notable ones include Dive Scupper Flow, Dive Palau, The Shipwrecks, Dive Chook Lagoon, and several others with the same theme. Dive England's Greatest Shipwrecks, Dive Scotland's Greatest Shipwrecks. Most of his titles tend to have dive, dive, dive in it, and it's quite a shame that this one wasn't called Dive Bikini Atoll. But it is what it is. This particular book looks at 10 shipwrecks that he has dived on, and these wrecks were deliberately sunk during the Able and Baker atomic tests that were done in 1946 at the Bikini Atoll as part of research to understand how ships would react to atomic explosions. Some of the more famous ships that are included in the book include the aircraft carrier Saratoga, the American battleship Arkansas, the Japanese battleship Nagato, and the light cruiser Sakawa, as well as a handful of destroyers, submarines, troop transports, and even a concrete dock we got there. Each chapter follows the same profile. A complete history, I would argue an almost too complete history of each ship's career, especially during wartime, is detailed. We are then taken to where it was positioned during the respective atom test, what happened when the bomb went off, the damage incurred to the ship, and then how and when it was sunk. Where possible, accounts of divers looking at the wreck after it had sunk is contrasted with the detailed report that Rod gives us as he explores the wreck in the present, 2025. Some of the wrecks have shown marked deterioration. Some have changed position due to other tests and other conditions. All the photos are illustrated in black and white. You can see up here there is a small color section where a handful of ships are shown in color wreck images, but everything else is done in black and white, and it's a shame that the wreck illustrations, each wreck is given an illustration showing its current wrecked condition. And in other books of his, these images have been reproduced in color, so you can get a better understanding of the wreck. With this book, as you can see up here, they're published in black and white, and there's too much gray in the image to really get the detail of the wreck, which is unfortunate. But to casual observers, indeed to most readers, this shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't take away from what the illustrations show and what the captions are explaining. This is also an updated book of sorts from James Delgado's book written quite a while back called The Ghost Fleet. Rod's book updates the story of several wrecks, showing how they now look and appear in the 2020s and how they may potentially continue to degrade and disintegrate moving forward. Some wrecks, such as the Japanese Sakawa, were utterly pulverized in the blasts, and their wrecks aren't as well preserved as, say, the Saratoga. The Saratoga still stands proud on the seabed. Nagano for all the damage that it incurred, and even though it is still capsized, the hull still retains plenty of form. And it's fascinating to read. And what I absolutely love about his books is the detail that goes into explaining how the ship sank, what failed, how it rotated as it went down, the damage that was incurred. I love all that level of detail. And then obviously that's complemented by the very elaborate explanations of what the wreck looks like now as he explores each part of the wreck. The bigger wrecks, clearly, because there's more to explore, have larger and longer chapters, and some of the other ships, not so much. But still, what information is available is included, and it is an enriching and informative read. For me, this would be a 4.5 Captain's Hats. I just wish, instead of having the color photos, that all the wreck paintings had been reproduced in color instead. That would have been the cherry on top for this book. Irrespective, this is a solid, fascinating, informative, entertaining read that brings a lot of the stories of these wrecks up to date and will appeal to anyone interested in World War II shipping, early atomic testing, and anyone interested in wreck diving, or even who is thinking of diving on these wrecks. And if you have dived on these wrecks, this book is a great companion to remind you of what you saw and the information of the stories of all of these ships. Some of them had long storied careers before they had their atomic end. So by all means, check out this great book, Bikini Atoll, Shipwrecks of the Atomic Tests by Rod McDonald.